I wanted to bring you two favourite verses of mine from the end of Paul's letter to the Philippians. He writes, "Do not be anxious about anything, but in everything, by prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God. And the peace of God, which passes all understanding, will keep your hearts and minds in Christ Jesus." Paul is giving us a pattern and a rhythm for our prayers. I remember years ago, I was in a very difficult place. Things were getting me down and I was struggling. And I remember one night I had a dream, and in that dream there was, as it were, a letter written across the bedcloth of the bed that I was in. And the letter was saying, was exhorting me to give thanks in all circumstances, which you may recognize is one of the phrases that Paul writes to the Thessalonian church. And I can honestly say that dream changed my life, because from then on I've always tried to give thanks whenever I begin to pray. And Paul is encouraging us to do that. And then he says, let your requests, don't be anxious about anything, which of course is what Jesus says. Don't worry about your life or your food and drink and clothes. And you might find it helpful just to literally carry, as it were, to hand over things to the Lord, identify them and hand them over and give them over to the Lord. And then the promise is that the peace of God, which is way beyond our understanding, it will keep us and keep our hearts and minds in Christ Jesus. This is a very powerful and a very, very helpful a pattern for praying. And so I commend it to you. Write what's worrying you down. Give thanks. Present your requests to the Lord. Give them over to the Lord and leave it with the Lord. And the promise is that the peace of God will keep us in those circumstances.